TJ the Wheel Deal coming at you live with another episode of Talking Options with Option. How are you, my man?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. I was just appreciate you because we're a little late because you're helping me organize the Tasty Trade platform, dude. I got to say, this platform is not that tough to navigate once you just play around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wish that I would have made this change long ago because there's so many things that I wanted to do from all of the episodes of Wheelers. For instance, like it won't cost me much to sell the other side or cost you anything in some cases to sell the other side that I just was not able to do on the previous platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept thinking of all the money that I'm potentially leaving on the table because I know how to navigate the markets, I know how to roll and all those things. And I'm like, it just expedites the process,
Exactly.
what I'm referring to is being able to sell naked calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it, and it's not anything that I'm like recommending or saying, hey, go out there and freaking run around naked. No. But
Yeah.
there's a time and a place if your cash secured puts are getting hammered. It doesn't cost you anything to sell the other side because if those naked calls, slash uncovered calls start getting challenged, then that means all the pressure is coming off of your cash secured put. So why wouldn't you want to pick up that money and then knowing in my mind that I am adequately capitalized, I can just turn around and buy those damn shares and live where I live, drowning in covered calls, right? So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, dude, I just started doing that math one day, and I'm like, dude, I feel like there's an extra $100,000 a year just by being able to strategically do that, and it would keep me from having to constantly roll and roll and roll on the cash secured put because I just picked up these extra credits on the quote unquote uncovered calls that I was not qualified for. Hell, that's even better than a roll, and I'm not having to like be in these cash secured puts so damn long.
So yeah, exactly.
And I got more credits to work with. So if I really have to adjust or reposition myself, those credits are going to come in handy if I have to take on a debit.
Exactly.
Because I mean, here's the other thing I never talk about on the channel because you're kind of forced to be a one-trick pony on the Robinhood platform. Is when you have a cash secured put that's like really, really getting hammered, why don't you just buy the long put and end the misery? And now you have a defined risk trade that can potentially turn around on you, but you're not going to have to chase this thing down to zero. You're not going to have to be rolling and rolling and rolling. You can lose a few $100s and then let the dust settle, reposition yourself, and then go even heavier at prices that are more attractive to you.
Correct.
But if you have those extra credits to work with, you're more inclined to want to do those types of things because you're kind of playing with house money a little bit in those aspects.
Yep.
So, dude, I want to thank you because I feel like sometimes people don't think that I'm listening to you, but I'm always listening. And I always go back and watch the videos.
Yeah.
So I was just like, there's a reason. There's got to be a reason that these super high level wheelers and traders, they use other platforms.
Yeah.
I was blinded by like the ease of use. I was blinded by how pretty everything looks to the naked eye. I was blinded by how easy the car is to drive.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm introduced to this freaking cockpit. And it's like there's a bunch of little buttons here, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't like that. But once you realize that the freaking plane actually kind of fights itself a little bit, you just got to push some key buttons here. You're like, it's not as intimidating, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm glad that there was a separation between myself and the rest of the family and our beloved Robinhood. Love the platform, dude. I think it's really, really awesome if you want to just be basic. It's real awesome for the basics. But if you want to add some wrinkles to your game, there's going to be some limitations on the platform because of the way that they're set up, potentially with their clearinghouses or whatever. Another thing, because of the volume that we deal with and the amount of money that we're dealing with, that as a family we're able to pump into these platforms, I don't want to be dealing with these silly contract limits either, because that's a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Like, you get out there, you figure it out, you go fill those 1,000 orders for us, because I don't want to be placing the trade 5 times over.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And the other thing is, now I'm legit, because the way that we're set up is the family pulls money together and stuff, and we'll run it under like big account or whatever. Okay. And depending on who's going to take the burden, because it doesn't matter, because we can divvy it up after till the LOCs and stuff on the back end that the brokerage doesn't even need to know about.
Okay.
But the fact that there's also a limited trading authorization form on Tasty Trade that isn't available on other platforms. You know, it is on some, it isn't on Robinhood specifically. I just feel like it's just everything's just like a lot more legit and a lot more in the open.
Okay. No.
I'm super excited. Super.
Damn right.
I'm not sharing the screen yet, Gronk, so chill the fuck out, bro. Or go watch a minute. we're talking right now. This is my show, not yours. But anyway, he's always like making comments, and his name sticks out from the standpoint of there was that tight end, Gronk.
Oh, yeah. For the Patriots.
Yeah, dude, freaking awesome tight end.
Oh, yeah,
so that name always sticks out, because I think that Gronk is probably the best tight end ever.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And dude, he was a monster, bro.
Damn right.
And he had like these crazy pads on his arms, and he still was able to catch the ball, dude. I just thought it was amazing. But he'd always get injured because I think he played so hard.
Yeah.
I just always wondered, like,
games, man,
how much more could he have done if he wasn't like so injury prone as well?
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal talent, dude. Phenomenal talent.
You're a great commentator. He's a great commentator too, you know.
You know who else got good? And we'll get on track here in a second, guys. We're bullshit right now. You know who else got real good at commentating towards the end was Tom Brady.
Yeah. It was
his first couple of games were rough, dude.
Yeah.
They were rough, and I'm like, dude, this fool, like, you put in the work though towards the end of the year.
Yeah, 40 million, he better.
But I'm saying he's good, because you know who was real good from the jump was Tony Romo. Was real good.
Yeah.
And now Tom Brady, bro, he's really showing that, dude, these guys, they look at the game totally differently than like the average Joe, like somebody like me who is familiar with the game. I played the game growing up. We don't know it at that level. Yeah.
And they put him in those key spots to get better. You know what I mean? So he's doing great now.
Yeah, and the dude that he's with is really good.
Yeah.
So it helps him. It's kind of like Troy Aikman was with Joe Buck.
Yeah.
They pair you up with someone that can kind of like coach you along.
Yeah. They got their ways.
Yeah, dude. It's freaking awesome. It's good TV. It's good TV.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, let's get on track here. Let me hit present, because we don't want Grok to get angry at us. And I'm just messing with you, Grok. Y'all gonna be on this channel. You're gonna be able to take a damn joke. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many people that are so sensitive out there. I like to joke around. You know what I mean? That's just the way that we do things here. But let me see if I can figure this shit out. Here we go. You see the kaleidoscope action? Awesome. So here we go. So right now we're just going to feature the $50,000 account, my son's account, and then we'll move over to the $700,000 account. Next week there's going to be the big account, because everything will be transferred over. So it's going to be 3 accounts. It's all color coded. You already showed me how to have it to where we're only focused on one account at a time. So I appreciate that option. Or is the Tasty Trade on there or no?
Yeah, it's up there.
Awesome. So there's just 4 positions on here, guys. It's very straightforward. So I'm going to start from the top down. So we got TSLL, and it is just 5 cash secured puts at $11. It's currently trading at 1065. So where I went to school option, 1065 is less than 11. So if it's a cash secured put, that means it's in the money. And Tasty Trade does you a solid by putting ITM, which means in the money. And do you want to walk them through the rest of the scoreboard? What metrics do we have on there, and why did we put them on there?
All right, so basically, we got the trade price. Trade price is pretty much the credit that you receive per contract, right? So then you got the marking of where that's marking now, which is $1.37. Yep. So initially you took in the $1.51 per credit, and being that it's been declining, and now it's marking at $1.36.
Right.
But also with that, you have $5 of extrinsic, close to $5, $4.95 of extrinsic value left out of the take from that option in the next 14 days. And of course, we have the P&L day. You also have that P&L open.
Right.
Then your days open, which is a good thing. So you know how long you've been in the trade, and the expiration date.
Right.
And if you got shares, which you normally do, you want to know when it's the ex-dividend date, so you can make sure if you got calls, right? If they're not at a certain level, you might want to roll them out, because you don't want to,
you'll risk early assignment.
Exactly.
Because they'll be like, I'll give away some of that extrinsic value and take advantage of the dividend.
Exactly. And then, earnings, you keep that up there so you'll know when earnings are, depending on if you want to do a cash grab or you put on a trade, how earnings be and volatility get the experience.
You want to stay away from that binary event, or you want to play the binary event.
Exactly. So, yep.
So it's real clean. It's real clean. And then we've got Clean Spark. So there's a little bit more activity here on Clean Spark, guys. We've got, what does that look like? You can't even read it here. So they have 10 covered calls at $11. This is again selling the other side. So the first thing that I did here is I sold cash secured puts. I sold 10 cash secured puts at $10, and those immediately went in the money. And then I sold an additional 10 cash secured puts at $8. Those are currently out of the money. So I'm still down on those, but since these were under pressure, I was like, I took a page out of options playbook, and I was like, well, it won't cost me much to sell the other side. And I sold 10 calls, uncovered calls, naked calls at $11 for the same expiration date, because I wanted to put myself in a situation where two things cannot be true at once. The uncovered call cannot be underwater, while the $10 put and the $8 puts are also underwater at the same time, because they have the same expiration date. So I am mathematically guaranteed to be winning one side of this trade. In a perfect world, if it's trading between 1001 and 1099, I would be winning all three of these trades simultaneously. So that's what I was able to create. I was able to bring in $15 a contract, so $150 extra dollars, just because I was able to be on this platform. And how many times have you said it on this channel? It won't cost me anything to sell the other side.
No.
So what are the risks to doing that option?
Well, of course you got that upside risk, right?
The risk is that this thing goes to 20. Now I got to go deliver shares that I don't own. So I already know in my mind, just so you know where my mind was at. If this thing touches 11, I wasn't going to mess around, and I was going to buy the shares. That way, I'm at least like, okay, well, I'll manage these covered calls. I'll go sell them at 12, 13, 14. But I wasn't going to get stubborn and just start rolling and hoping eventually Clean Spark goes down, because there's a lot of short interest on this stock. So I knew what I was getting into, and I knew that I was willing to pony up the money to buy the shares and then try to go get $2 or $3 of capital appreciation on those shares and be done with it. And then I'll just live to play another day, and I'll just stay with my cash secured put. So that was like the game plan that I had going in. What is your mindset whenever you enter into
You already know, man. For one, go hit on the trade table so you can look at it. And just how I look at it, the 14-day, open that up.
This guy right here?
Yeah, the 14-day.
Sure. There we go. Okay.
So, when I look at it, I see that 11 isn't really, it has, 11 cent, 12 cent left per contract. Right. And put at that out of the money up there at the left-hand corner, put up delta. You always want to see your delta. Yeah.
So right here, out of the money.
Yep. Click on that and put delta.
Okay.
Right. So for me, it's the 13 delta, and my you know,
Oh, I see. I
yeah.
see. Okay.
And my 10 put is at a 77 delta. So, you know, that 10 is taking on a lot of pressure, right? That's like, it's already like you selling a covered call pretty much.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
So me personally, I would either roll that out in time and then add the other side to pick up some more credit. That's how I look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do that, you know, roll it out 30, 40 something days, being that it's already in the money and you're getting a little up move today. So that's helping you out. I would roll that 10, 11 out, and then I would probably sell like a 10, 10 straddle. You see what I'm saying? You know, because
so this is what I feel like I've learned from you that maybe you don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
My idea was like, let me just sell the uncovered call at 11 because it's way outside of that tape, right? The
copper strip. Yep.
It's the copper strip, the expected move. So I'm giving myself like a whole other standard deviation on top of that, right? So a lot of wiggle room there. A, B, I was like, maybe I don't even have to get hasty and buy these shares if this thing were to go up, because one, I'm okay just giving the money back, no harm, no foul, right? That was one. The other one was like, well, if this thing starts getting under pressure, what's to stop me from inching my way up on the cash secured puts? Because I feel like option would just be moving those strike prices up and bringing in more credits so that I don't have to go on panic mode if that undercover call were to get a little bit dicey.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I'm like, anytime I could even just break even or lose $20 because I collected $150. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'll just give you the damn credits back and call it good. Mm-hmm. So, like, I feel like I had like 2 or 3 or 4 go-to moves there if it went against me in a big way. Now, what could be something that could really, really hurt you if there's a 30, 40% gap up, and you know damn well these things happen when the market's not open, right? Mm-hmm. So you wake up to these things because that's just how dirty the market is. So I just, I had some things in mind, and obviously I could just, roll these out 30, 45 days, increase the strike price on the cash secured puts, and then roll the call the way that I normally would if I didn't want to like take that realized loss or whatever. But so there's risk. I mean, I don't want y'all to just, feel like I'm painting a narrative that's like, oh, because you're able to sell the other side, it's just it's like a printing press and you're just going to go make all this money, because a couple of these things go against you in a big way, and it could really hurt you, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, I don't like weeklies, right? And shorter dated, but I mean, it just depends. You see what I'm saying? Because it can
but it wasn't originally that shorter dated, right?
Yeah.
I've been in this trade for a little while.
Yeah. But I'm saying it can help you or it can hurt you. Yeah. But like I said, I try to make sure I pay attention to the deltas. And if I'm looking at my delta on one side and it's 76 and I'm only 12 on the other, that means that's like, 60 something deltas.
Right.
And that short call ain't really it's not really helping you no more. Right. That's how I look at it. Because, and I want to be able to say, okay, well, let me get a little bit more. I would want to get a little bit more juice on that call.
Yeah. So I feel like you would have sold that call at maybe 1050 or something.
Well, right now, what I would do with 14 days left, I would, and let me just give you a visual. So, sure. Click the bid on the 10. On the 10, on the 10, you can click the bid on the 10.
The call, right? Or the call or the put? Which one are we on?
Well, you can click the bid on the 11. I mean, not the bid, but the axe. Click the axe on the 11 call.
There you
go. And then click the axe on the 10 put. Okay. Now minimize that. The 14 day and go to the next. I will go to the 41 day, me personally. And then I would sell the 10 put. So hit the bid on the 10 put.
You got it.
and then I will hit the bid on the 10 call. That's my position. I'm gonna take in another 82 cents per contract. That's what I'm going to personally do.
Okay, so walk us through what we have. So you're creating a straddle. Yeah. So walk us and in layman's terms, guys, the straddle is whenever you have the put and the call for the same day, same strike.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the thought process behind it? What are the games and strategies?
My thought process for me is that,
especially for somebody like me that doesn't typically play over here, because that's not in my arsenal, if you will.
Correct. The thought process for me is that clean spark really doesn't move that much, right? And I'm looking at the expected move. Yeah. The expected move is right at the 10 strike. Right. There's no earnings coming up. So
they just had them.
Yeah, unless it's just something that's out of the blue and clean spark automatically runs up, then I'm willing to take that risk for that amount of time and let clean spark work its way back up. Now, let's say I do get tested. All the credits, remember how we explained it, all those credits that I took in, right? I'm going to now reposition that straddle, meaning I may be able to sell the 7 put and then drop that 10 call down to like 13. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
so you're able to widen it out.
Widen it out. And give the stock enough time to slow down once it move around, because majority of the time, like we know, these stocks do come back and fall back within a range, right? But clean spark doesn't move that much. So being that I know it, I feel like it doesn't move that much, I'm gonna just straddle that for the next 40 something days, especially if you want to stay in the position.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if in other terms, I probably wouldn't, because the IV rank is 19, right? But being that it's a $10 stock, $8 stock, I would just stay in it and let the time run. And now I would just let it come to me, right? If it comes to me, then I can be able to just let time go by. And that's all I'm looking to do here. And if it gets in front of me, then what am I going to do? I'm going to widen it. If it keep going down, I'm going to go inverted. So those are just steps that I'm going to do to be able to suck in as much premium that I can get out of those, out of a clean spark. And then once I make the money that I want to make, I will come out.
Right.
That's how I would personally play that particular position. And if you look at your deltas, now you done cut your deltas in half. So now you're back to like a 30 delta. You see what I'm saying? From a 60 delta to a 30 delta. What have you now done? You just reduced your risk.
Yeah.
In that position.
Another thing that's just like real, easier, if you will. If you ever get into this temptation of selling uncovered calls and you're winning, right? Because right now I'm winning on that covered call right here. Not much, but I am. You could just close out the uncovered call and then just play where you're at. You don't have to like be stubborn. You know what I mean? Like there's because it's like, what is Tasty Trade telling you to do, right? Like, let's go to the Tasty Trade way. It's like, go try to get your 50% and get out of there, right? I know a buddy who makes a living on selling naked calls and puts, but he's only going after 25%, and he gets it all the time and rarely gets into a bind, and he's just always like really out of the money, like that's where he lives. He lives out of the money. He's like a 10, 15 delta guy. He goes and gets his 25% and he moves and he didn't have a lot of capital to work with, but he's now built a big bankroll just by doing, essentially mostly everything uncovered, which is crazy to me. But he's built different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options there always.
Well, my thing is this: are you willing to take assignment of that 10 in 14 days?
No. See, I
wouldn't be willing to take the assignment at the 10 in 14 days because I could get it for less than 10.
Yeah, well, right now you can get it for $8.35, right?
Yeah, but I'm with your 10, with the 10 call, what you got the 10? Yeah, well, I mean with that the 10 put, You see what I'm saying? With it being so deep in the money, I'm like, shoot, let me get some more. So I can get some more money and push that break even down even more. Why would I take assignment in 14 days? That's,
Yeah. So I was definitely okay taking assignment at $8. I'm definitely not okay taking assignment at
That's
10.
what I'm saying.
So my initial, whenever I got into this is before I sold the uncovered call. Because keep in mind, I have 20 puts and only 10 calls, right?
Okay.
So I still had that other 10 calls that I could sell against this position, theoretically, right? So the idea was to kick this can down the road. It's like sell 30 to 45 days out, manage 21 days to expiration. So here we are at 14 days to expiration, right? So the tasty trade way is to what? Probably be managing this trade right now. So the idea was to add another month or so to this contract here at the 10 and try to go down to 950 or 9. To put myself in a position where now it's starting to get more attractive mentally to want to take ownership of these shares down the road if I needed to. Ideally, I'd rather just clean spark go up to like 1050 and then I don't have to do it because I already have the 2,000 shares in Neo. This isn't a big account, so I don't want to be tying up all of the money just owning shares.
Exactly.
That's it. It's just not capital efficient, right? We've already established that, going on 4 years on this channel. So I'm definitely interested in keeping it simple and rolling this position. So the way that you roll a position, I feel, is you right click and then you can do quick roll, but it's going to take you immediately to the next cycle. But since I don't want to go to the next cycle, I just come over here and I delete the leg. And then I close it out, and then I go to the cycle that I do want to go to, which would be the 41 day. So I open the 41 day up, and then I go from 10. I would ideally like to go from 10 to like 9. You know what I mean? But then I'm not taking in enough credits to do that.
Yeah.
You follow me? Because I have to make good on what? What is it? Is it 190 something? I think is what it was.
What was it? I didn't see it.
Yeah, let me go back. Hold on.
Hit the positions. Hit the positions on your left.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so
it's 197.
Yeah, so I got to make good on 197. So going from 10 to 9, I don't think is going to cut the mustard. How did trade? Yeah, there we go. I feel like I'm right now.
Yeah.
So if I go here, for instance, if I click on the 9, you're going to see that's going to cost you. And I don't want to do that. You follow me?
Yeah, I mean, now if you want to do it, then sell the 11. Sell the 11 or the 10 call.
No, I don't. I know, and this is the trick that I had up my sleeve. Is I could use the credits from the uncovered call to help me finance this if I wanted to roll, or I could just do something different. Is I could go here. I got to remove this leg, and I could just stay at 10. And I could just give more time. And I'm basically saying I'm willing to do it at 10, but I want to add another month to the contract. And I can bring in an additional $320 in credit, or 307 after the fees, right? And I'm essentially playing Clean Spark for the bounce, because I do think that Bitcoin is going to go up. Clean Spark is going to be a beneficiary of that. And then I like taking on credits and not debits, and not putting on yet another trade that I'm not like super, super excited about right now. Like I'd be more excited about putting on the covered call if Clean Spark was like at 9, because then I would pick like 12 or something on the cover on the naked call. You follow me?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good move right there.
Yeah, I like this move. So now what I got to do is send order, right? And it did something.
Yeah, it went through. They filled all of them.
Yeah. So then now I go to positions here, and then now I'm going to see.
You're going to have to get rid of that call, though. Yeah.
What's up, bud?
You might have to get rid of that one. Then I wouldn't hold that like that, naked like that in the 14 day.
Well, I still have the $8 cash secure put at 14 days. You see that?
Yeah.
You know where you're seeing in me option? Hold on, let me talk to you for a second because I can't see it. You're seeing that TJ has a lot more risk tolerance than you thought, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
yeah, I think the right play is to call life good on this call and give that money back and be done.
Or roll it up. Or if you want to take in some more, roll that 11 up some.
Yeah, I like that. I would actually want to match it up to the
8.
Hold on 1 second.
I don't know. I'm just a little bit more aggressive with the credits because I know I'm going to navigate my way out of it. But I kind of get paranoid if I know I only got like 10, 11 cents. And that call you just holding nothing but risk with that.
Yeah.
It's just nothing but risk and you're not getting paid. Remember, if I can't get paid to hold something, I'm not holding it. So with 14 days left.
This one right here.
Yeah, it's that one.
So you go click here and you just close the position. See how easy it is though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I don't want to roll it.
Yeah.
Or I could roll. Mm-hmm. This is another option, right? I could roll and it's going to take me to
the 21 day.
Yeah, but I want to delete that leg. I want to match this guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
I go over here.
Roll that. Oh, scroll. There you go.
And then now I can go
to the 41 day.
Yeah, this guy right here. Sorry.
Yeah.
So this is the puts that I have. And then you still have this little bronze strip over here. And then now I can probably do something in this range over here that's a lot more comfortable in my mind, like in that 12, 13 range.
Yeah. Going up there to that 10, man.
Crazy. That's where you and I are so different. If I go here, and then now I'm bringing in more credits, and I went from 11 to 12, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm just saying, like you gotta drive the car at speed that works for you. Like I'm not like I'm like Option is hella aggressive. He'd totally do the straddle and all that. I'm not about that life.
Absolutely. But that's good though. That's good. That's good.
I was saying, like, you got to be true to thyself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got $2 of value in that. Yeah, I mean that's good. And if it come up, it ain't gonna take that much pressure. You still my thing is you reduce your deltas. You ain't reduce them by you got like 40-some deltas, 46-some deltas. But that's just how I look at it. I like to reduce my deltas, reduce the risk. But
But it is a game of credits and debits at the end of the day. So here you're able to go to your history, and I'm able to see that money came through the door. You know what I mean? Because I can go here.
Try it this way. Go up there by accounts. This will show it to you better. Go up there by accounts and pull that drop. Not that one. Not that one. Click that one
here.
Yeah. And go on. Come down. Keep coming down to option chain. Right Order chain. I mean.
Yeah.
And then boom. Now you're seeing you have all the credits. Click on closed. Not where it say close, click where it say close that. So that's what you got open. So them the credits that you've taken in $1.83. So those all your greens is the rolls and the credits that you've taken in right there. So you got $1.83 of pure credits
today.
Is
that today or is that total?
That's total. That's total with everything you've done.
But for like my spreadsheet though, where's the best way to go?
Right there. Just multiply that by 10. Because you got it. That's if you started on 224.
No, I hear you, but bear with me. So if I go here, stop screen. If I go here and I go share the screen, and I go here. You able to see that? So here I have my credits on one side, debits on the other side. So where would I be able to find? Because where I was getting it before was going to the history.
Okay.
And then I would and it was like I was doing every single one, but I don't want to do that no more because because Clean Spark gives you the freaking receipt for every little fill. You follow me? So it's just, so now I just want to multiply times the amount of contracts, which is what I did on this last one here. So where do I go find that number for how much I got on the because I did 2 rolls today, right? I rolled the cash put, took in a credit.
I'm gonna show it to you.
The covered call or the uncovered call and took in a credit. Where do I go find it? Okay, so now I'm gonna go back over here and or this way, and then let me remove that screen. Present, stop screen, present, share screen, entire screen. You see the kaleidoscope?
Yep.
Awesome. So that should be the tasty trade again. Okay. Right. So where do I find that?
For the credit of the put that you just sold.
Yeah.
Right.
That I just rolled.
That you rolled. So if you look on your right hand side,
yeah.
Right. That's the calls. If you come down, you roll from where? You roll from the 8 to the.
No, I did the 10.
10 to the 10.
Yeah, correct. That was good. It expired in 14 days, right? And I went from the 14-day cycle to the 41-day cycle.
Okay, and you took in $1.21.
I don't remember.
So but you only took in, like, if you look at that, right? You had the 14-day, right? Where it say roll at 9:35. Hold on.
Here it is. This is where I was getting it before. This is where I was getting it before. So I got. And 9:35, I got 32 credits, and it was 10 contracts, and then I got 15, so it was $150 plus 320. That's where I was getting it before.
All right, but let me just show you the other way. I'm just showing you something to look at.
Sure.
From right there, if you go back to that, pull out that the order chain again.
To the account, this guy right here.
Okay. Order chain, and you see the 32 cents. Come down to where you roll the
right here.
Right there. Exactly.
Right. So it's there. Yeah, it's there.
And if you look up on that position, you have $1.21.
Yeah.
Right. And you took in another 15 cents. So that was 30 cents.
Yeah.
And if you keep going up, your overall positions of all your rolls and everything you've done is a total of $1.83.
Yeah.
So
it's just
that's the total amount of credits that you've taken in for all of Clean Spark.
Got it. So this is strictly on Clean Spark right now.
Got it. So like when I'm looking, I'm like, okay, what's my total credits of my rolls? You got $1.83 times the multiple of your contracts.
So this is taking into account all of it. So like if I went to the spreadsheet, I could just type in Clean Spark, $183, call life good.
Exactly. And that's what's open. And if you haven't closed out anything, once you put closed, then it's going to incorporate everything that you've done. But if you working with
close, if I hit close, nothing happened. Yeah.
But you didn't. Now, if you wanted to see what your overall credits were for X, Y, and Z, the last 50, 60 days, then you know where you at the end of the year.
Oh, because right here it tells you. So this is essentially keeping all the books for you.
Exactly. So now you know that per contract you've taken in $1.
But this is 30 days. So what you're saying is you could do year to day, you could do 365, the whole thing, right?
So after 30 days, if you got a position on, you're gonna have to go to 60 days, and there you go.
That's for me. That makes cool. I'm saying it kind of, in a roundabout way, it kind of eliminates the need for the wheel tracker to a certain degree.
That's what I'm saying. Or if you're going to put it, you know exactly what number you're going to put in and what your credits are.
I like that.
Like for me, when I look at that, if I want to, break up or restructure my trade.
Yeah, because if I roll out, so hear me out real quick, option. So if I owned 100 shares of Clean Spark or 200 shares of Clean Spark, I would have that credit subtracted from the share ownership, and that would give me my adjusted cost basis real quickly with just one simple calculation.
And the only thing with this is that's only going to show you the options. Your share prices and the shares not going to show in that order.
Right. Okay. But the options is what you use.
That's what exactly
for your adjusted cost basis.
Exactly.
That's fucking clean.
And like I said, with that, now you know what you got. And if I ever needed to use some of that credit to, restructure my position, there I go. I can say, okay, if I roll out and take in $1 and I'm like, all right, I need to fix my position, but I got $1.83. I might want to use 60 or 83 cents of that. Now I can move my call down further. It just structured.
Yeah.
Very
cool. Loving it, dude. Loving it. So I stayed in the money. I kicked the can down the road. And then I kicked the can down the road on the uncovered call. But I went from an 11 to a 12. So I have, it's not as risky to the upside.
Absolutely.
And I brought in credits, which is what we're looking for. And then I stayed on the $8 one for 14 days out because I'm winning that trade. I know that I'm not winning it, but I'm saying I'm out of the money, and I'm also okay taking assignment at $8.
But let's just take a look at this and see what we can pick up.
Yeah.
Right. Let's roll that to the 41 day and sell the 8. Being that we know it's already at the $8 mark, you're gonna pick up your most extrinsic value.
Right. So then what you're saying is do a quick roll, but then I'm gonna delete this leg and I'm gonna go match up the 41 day cycle. And then you're saying stay at 8 because I'm comfortable there. And you're gonna see that there's a shitload of credits there.
I mean, in my book, I'm gonna reduce the gamma risk.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna relax, and I'm gonna pick up an additional $300 and some odd dollars. That's but,
and I don't know that it's gonna fill there. I think I'm gonna have to. So I want to go. I click the W. You right click on the W. You replace the order, and then now you're like
38. Okay.
Review and send. I still picked up quite a bit of credit there.
There you go, man.
Now I go to the order chain, and now boom, I went up. I went up to $221
per contract.
Yeah.
Now my book, I like that. That looks pretty good to me because you reduce your risk.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the stock going in your favor, coming up a little bit, so that helps. And now you just.
So now let's look at it. So this is let me just recap where I feel like your mind is. Options idea is let's bring in as many credits as we can, especially if I'm already okay at that strike price, which now I'm kind of okay on both strike prices because with the credits that I brought in at 10, if I'm just like super bullish and I want to own the freaking shares, I position myself to already have lowered my adjusted cost basis. But since I still have that unlimited risk to the upside because of the uncovered call at 12, well, now you have some credits to work with in case if there's a debit that you have to deal with.
Exactly.
That's why it's important to understand that this is a game of credits and debits at the end of the day. So this is now Wheeler's 201 and 301. It's not just sell put, sell cost, collect premium, roll when it makes dollars and cents. This is about managing your deltas so that you don't have as much exposure to the tail risk, because the closer that you get to expiration, the more tail risk that you have to deal with. You want to speak a little more on that option?
Yeah. And I mean, it's just about, like you were saying, just keeping your position stable, right? And not happen to be exposed to the violent moves. Now, if it's violent and it goes your way, then that's cool. But when it doesn't go your way, that's, what you want to defend. It's easy to take off green, but it's hard to defend. So like you were saying, and then the stock coming up today after being down and going down, take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that, get more money, get more credits, get more time, and just let the position start playing itself out. And if you have to defend it, if you have to do anything now, you're taking in more credits. And you just keep doing that every month. Think about how that rises and you don't have to own shares.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or if you want to get them, you getting them at such a cheaper price.
Yeah. It's definitely a different way to do it. It's definitely a different way to do it. It's just more active. Like the way that you do it is you have to constantly stay on top of this thing. Whereas when you own shares, I mean, the reality is you don't have to do much, because if the shares go up, and you're a beneficiary of that.
Yeah.
At the same time, if the shares go down, well, you are a recipient of that.
Exactly. And I don't want to be a recipient.
Yeah.
If I want to do that, I want to get it for as cheap as
let's look at one where I do own shares, right? Okay. So there's these 2,000 shares on NEO, and I own those shares at 446. It's currently trading at 443, so I'm down a little bit overall on those shares. And then there's a lot of positions that I'm managing there, right? I've got the 20 covered calls, 70 days out. I've got the leaps at $10 for June of 2026. And then I've got a Strangle that already includes 3 rolls. So I've got cash secured puts at 450 and the calls at $5 for way down the road. So I'm just kind of wanting theta to kind of do its thing here. But if I go to this options chain here, it's going to tell me that I've taken in some credits here on NEO option.
Yeah, you got $6.70.
Yeah, so $670
mm-hmm. per contract almost, because you got a variety of them. Scroll down. Yeah, so you got that call you paid 64 cents. Yeah, right there. The call at the bottom, the debit.
Yeah.
And then everything else been green, which that's what you want to see, been rolls.
Yeah.
So that position got you $1.62. That's the calls in the other Strangle, and your 2 rolls. So it started at 220 with your Strangle, and then you bought another option, and then you see your rolls right on the left side. So you've been doing some pretty good rolls, and now you got $1.62 in credit, and it's marking at 173. That's why you down, 113. But then you did another couple of rolls,
correct,
which averaged at 573, but your total credits is 670. So yeah, man, you're good. You got a little, you can maneuver a little bit. You're sitting on a good spot. You only down $64. But see, this is the thing. See, the platform ain't gonna really show you how much you down. Yeah. Here it shows you what you're down. Yeah. You're only down $64 for real, because of all of your rolls and the credits that you're taking in.
Yeah, but what could really help me here is 20, 30 days going off the clock.
Exactly.
Because I'm still in a position where data's my friend.
And not just that, look what the IV rank is. It's 56. You get a contraction in that, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So that's a position that, man, look, everything is in your favor with that.
Yeah. And you know what, option? I created that while owning some shares as well. So I had the exposure that I like as well, but I didn't go too crazy on the share ownership.
Exactly.
Because that ties up a lot of the money. It's a $50,000 account. And I got, $8,000 tied up in shares, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of maneuverability that you lose whenever you tie up a bunch of money on share ownership as well. So I'm just trying to show all the gimmies and the gotchas for real. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because there's pluses to owning shares, but there's also some cons whenever you're limited in capital.
Exactly. And then, we know that when the shares drop, it's, 100 deltas, every drop. But when you're doing it the option where you might be 40 deltas. Remember, when you're controlling that delta, it's not dropping as much. So you're not losing that much. You see what I'm saying? So it helps you control it a little bit.
So here's another one that I went crazy and I bought leaps, and those leaps aren't working out right now, right? So I bought 50 leaps and I'm down substantially on those leaps on SOFI, because SOFI is going the other way. Whenever you buy leaps, you need the shares to go up in order for you to make any money. That's the reality. So I paid $322 when right now, if I bought them today, I could only have to pay $190. So that's the issue there. That's a big drag on the account. But what I did to try to bring some money through the door to kind of start righting the wrong is I sold calls against these leaps. I'm running the poor man cover call campaign. And so I've got $20 strikes, 41 days out, and I brought in some pretty good credits. There's still a little bit left on the clock. So I'm trying to get some of this money that went out the door. I'm trying to bring it back through the door. And I want to do this successfully 7, 8, 9 times. That way I'm kind of free rolling on these leaps, and I can give time to, to SOFI to kind of like, get it together, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is, again, if I'd have been a little bit more patient, I'd be in a much better spot. Hell, I might be in a position where I could have bought 75 leaps or 100, for the same money. So those are the gimmies and the gotchas, because when I rolled from Robinhood over here, I wanted to keep very similar positions.
Yeah.
I mean, the portfolio, just truth be told, because I literally thought about making Neo my horse just because the setup was more favorable than SOFI at the time. The portfolio would look a lot different right now if all of this money had been in the Neo. That's just the reality of it. I mean, just calling a spade a spade. So that's what's going on with that portfolio in a nutshell. Now,
and then, it's nothing wrong with that, as long as you continuing to reduce the basis of that long call by selling premium, right?
Yeah, got to.
And I mean, SOFI is real. Look at it; it has a 78 IP rank. So this is the best time to be selling some premium in it to play for a contraction.
Absolutely.
It's the best time, honestly.
So how do I go? How do I go to where I'm seeing both accounts and stuff? Like, where do I got to?
You got to drop that account. We was at right. Yeah, you got to click that.
There we go. Okay. So that's all that's going on with the little guy. So now I hit this shield, and then I got to click over here, and then that's going to show the bigger account. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's not there's nothing going on with the little account. So everything here is strictly on the bigger account now, right?
Exactly.
So let's start from the top to the bottom. Right, it's real simple. I've got 50 cash secured puts at $7. Been in the position one day, so 41 days out. I like my chances. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Don't move that much.
What's up?
I said, ride don't move that much.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, even if I had to buy these shares at 7, bro,
you good with that? Yeah, that's a good position right there.
That's sweating. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now let's look at another one. So that one's straightforward. Now let's look at another one. TSLL, 100 cash secured puts at $8. So down a little bit on those, but I also like TSLL at $8. I'm like, keep coming down to Papa, because I mean, business here. I'm willing to buy $80,000 worth at $8. Write this shit back up to $12. Make a shitload of money. You know what I mean? So whenever you sell cash secured puts at a price that you legit want to own the shares, your attitude is so you're indifferent.
Yeah.
I'm okay owning the shares. I'm okay not owning the shares. If it wants to stay here, I'd love to be able to do this over and over and over again and create a cash flow of, $7,200, because that's how much I got paid here, $7,200 on this particular trade.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money. There's different ways to get exposure. There's put, credit spreads, there's other stuff, but I am okay taking ownership of these shares, and I want to write them up $2, $3, $4 because I feel like there's a big chunk of money to be made there because it's in my buy zone. The other one that I have going on here is a trade that came over from Robinhood. It was at $24. Yesterday, I rolled it from $24 to $23. So I put time on the clock, took in some credits because I like SOXL really in like that $20, $21 range to take ownership. So this is just something that I'm babysitting until I can beat it down to a strike price that is really, really attractive.
Okay.
And then Neo did this one too. Sold 100 cash secured puts. I did this morning.
Okay.
At $4. So tied up to 40 grand and brought in $30 a contract. So $3,000. And again, it's one of those, I don't even have to look at it option because I'm like, I'm willing to own the shares at $4.
Yeah. That's a good trade.
And then I got the other one is SOFI, 33,000 shares came over from Robinhood.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're obviously not doing well, collectively doing okay.
Exactly.
But they and the last week not doing well at all. But then I'm like, okay, well, I'm willing to own an additional 7,000 shares at $11. So I put this trade on yesterday, brought in $51 in credits, times the 70. Today, if I'd have sold them today, it would have brought in $62. So that's what's going on with that in a nutshell.
Why you don't add a call to that?
I don't want to do that right now because I've just SOFI. There's just the juice isn't worth the squeeze to me, and it's just something that I just don't feel like managing because it's a lot of money. You make a very, very valid point, but I just feel like I'm gonna have to manage that call. And granted, it's different because it's not an uncovered call. This would be a covered call, and I could do 330 contracts. So it is definitely something to not like disregard because there's a lot of money that could help, especially since this shit keeps going down. But it's just one of those trying to maintain a little discipline option and want to sell it on a nice green fucking candle. Okay. And I don't know when we're going to get it, but I also know that $1 is 33 grand, right?
Yeah, I mean, in taking advantage of the contraction, because on the call side, premium contracts a lot quicker, and it has a high IV rank. Shit, then I mean, remember, with selling that put, you got your leeway. It looks like you would really have to manage this, but with that selling that put, and then you got the strangle around it. I'm telling you, man, you can do some things with that.
So, I mean, I looked at this yesterday. I looked at this yesterday and where I landed, it wasn't going to be a lock. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm like having to fuck with it too much. But I was looking at these 17, like way out of the money. You know what I mean? And
16, man. And then 16 is a standard deviation, more than a standard deviation.
But it's 330. Just keep in mind here, it's 330.
But before you do that, why you just don't do 70?
But I'm saying it brings in money, it brings in $4,950. So it's like nothing to sneeze at.
I would just match it with the put.
1 second though. I just need clear order.
Clear.
Okay,
yeah.
What now?
I would sell the 16 and match it with that 70 and just.
Oh, you're saying 70 contracts is what you're saying.
Yep. I will sell the 16 and just treat it as a strangle.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about losing any share, man. With that strangle, if it goes up, you keep rolling down. Remember, you taking in those credits, you're just gonna keep widening that 16. You could probably get that 16 to 25 at some point.
Yeah, I need not say more. I'm definitely leaving money on the table there.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. We'll stay with you. I'll stay with you with this one.
Yeah. So I like it.
Damn right, man. That's
I was leaving money on the table there.
Yeah, you got a high IV rank of 78, man. Look, let that contract.
So I brought in how much did I bring in there?
That's 71 cents per contract.
71 cents times how much?
70.
Shit.
Yeah, you gotta pull a calculator out for that one.
71 times 70 contract. Is that how much you paid? No, that's total. How much did I get on the covered calls? It was 20, right?
Well, yeah. You picked up 20 cents per contract. Yeah.
Right. So 20 times 71 times 70. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I brought in an extra $1,400.
So 71 cent total. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, we can work. I can work with that. That's easy. And you will never lose any piece of them shares. I don't care if it go up. Yeah.
No, I hear you. No,
but I got a trade for you though. I got a trade for you, man.
1 second. I'm just doing the
spreadsheet.
Yeah, the spreadsheet. And so it was $1,400, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Low. Okay. Very cool. What you got?
Go pull up the platform. It's something to look at, something a little bit longer dated that's going to take advantage of a lot. Oh, there you go.
This one.
Okay. It was just something that I was looking at earlier. I was looking at NVDA, right?
Oh man, dude. I already have SOXL. That's
just something to look at. Just something to look at.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe somebody else might, NVIDIA, yeah. I was looking at this, right? And, normally what I try to do is shoot for, like Go to the trade table. This is just how I like to shoot for 3%.
Okay.
Right. So right now that's trading at
110.
110.
111 almost. Yeah.
Go to the 41 day.
There you go.
And I look for 3%. So I'll probably be selling at 100. Yeah.
The what? I'm sorry?
I'll be selling at 100, right? That's a little bit more than 3%. Now, click on that. That's going to cost you 3,300, right? And I'm like, okay, I got a nice high implied volatility. This is something I will go out further in time with. So clear that order. And remember, it's costing 33.51. Clear that order. Go to December. This is what I was looking at. December, right there.
Okay.
All right, we was getting 330 for that. That's 3%, but I don't want you're gonna have to pull up a couple more strikes because you just got a few strikes up, right?
Now I have it. Well, where did
20. Yeah, to your right hand side, all the way to your right, where it says strikes. Keep coming. Keep right there.
I have 20. Yeah.
Yeah. But now let me just see all so I can see this position. Then you can switch it back. Come down. I mean, go down. Yeah. I'm looking at 330. I don't want to do 330. I would do something like 84. Look at that 84 put.
Okay.
I will sell that. Look at that. Boom. You could take in 660 per contract.
Right.
Man, I would just lay with that. That's something that I, was looking at. I just
a little backstop trade action right here.
That 10 contracts or something. I mean, with a high implied volatility, NVDA at 84, man. December,
you sleeping
1,700. That's all you paying, man. Look, that's a monster right there. I'm gonna tell you what, that'll pay.
So this again, this is something else that I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, and I gotta go because we got a family function. But I want you to help me with this because if I sell a cash secured put, it's supposed to take up $8,400 in collateral. Yes or no?
Yeah, if you're not using margin, yeah.
Right. So, but here it says your buying power is only debiting 1,746.
Exactly.
So, can you explain where they get to those numbers? Because I feel like this is where this platform can get kind of dangerous because you could overextend yourself on the amount of contracts that you're willing to write because it just seems like you got a credit card with a real big limit all of a sudden.
Okay. So this is the easiest way to think about it, right?
Let's look at the account real quickly because we're talking about 305,000 in cash, total cash balance, starting day trade 385, maintenance excess 344, and SMA 352. I still don't fully understand what these metrics mean. Obviously, I know what the cash is. That's pretty self-explanatory. The trading, the settled cash balance, that just means that the puts and calls that I've sold, the dust hasn't settled yet, right? Because there's like that T2 regulation or whatever it's called. It takes time for the options clearinghouse to get all the money settled. But what is all this shit here? Like, what is that? What does that mean? And do people ever get in trouble? Because it would be very tempting here to be like, well, let me just sell 20 of those contracts.
Well, this is how I look at it. Okay. If you clear that order right there, right?
Yeah.
Clear this, and come right to at the money of that position. With at the money
110 right here.
So sell the 110.
Okay.
Right. So
that's how much it's going to 4,300 instead of the 11,000.
Now if it comes, just think about it. It's real way to think about it. Real simple to think about it.
Okay.
You know that if from 110 to 85, that's the difference that your contract is gonna increase because it's gonna be at the money.
Right.
So that's how I kind of gauge, the risk of it. And you can base it around, how many contracts you would want to sell from that point. But that's how I gauge the risk of it. So if I'm where it's at the money now is 4,000. If I sold at 84 for 1,700, I know that that's going to be marking at probably like 4,300 if it got to the 85 strike. So from there, you can say, well, okay, well, I'll be cool with 5 contracts or something like that, or one.
Well, this is the one that I was looking at. This is I like your trade idea. This was the trade idea that I was looking at. Since I got these contracts already, right? I got 100 of them at $8. I was like, I think that Tesla is going to be doing real good in January.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a turbulent year, right?
Just hit your clear the order first though, because you got the shares up there. So hit clear order down here at the bottom right hand corner. Yep. Yeah, hit clear on the right side.
I can't. You're right. Man, I can't see anything here.
All the way to the right, down there by the review and send. You hit that little eraser. Yeah, hit that. Now go ahead.
So what I was thinking is, am I on the right cycle? Yeah. So let me go here to. I only need 20 because I don't ever go that far out. Look at how big this tape is, though. That's volatility.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, just looking at just real quick math, right? Like at this 643 here.
You talking about selling that?
Yeah, selling puts at 643, because that would put Tesla probably in the 100 and this is just spitballing, probably in that $175 range. Maybe 185. But when I consider NAV erosion, they're probably going to throw a dividend or two out there during that time frame. I just don't see a world where Tesla is going to be trading at that level.
At what?
At
170.
Yeah, like call it 200.
Well, but my only thing with that is that it's no liquidity in that. You see the bid and ask spread on that? You're talking $1.33 to $2.
Yeah. But this one here, I'm sorry, I missplit. This is the one I was looking at. I was looking at this guy right here.
That's still pretty big, though. TJ, that's
really not huge. I think I can get filled at like 248.
Yeah, that's just too much. Pull out that, and let me show you. Pull out that little arrow to the right side, all the way up there where the order chains and all that is.
This guy right here?
Yeah, pull that out and click on overview. Overview up at the top.
Okay.
Got some liquidity.
Dude, I've done freaking 2,500 contracts on this thing before. It feels, bro. Like there's a lot of crackheads on TSO Avenue.
You're gonna have that 15 cents, man. That's a lot, bro. But
but I mean, I think we get filled at like 248.
248, okay. Yeah. I'll put it in for 248. But do you like those strikes like that, like 7.43, and you can't find another cycle that gives you straight strikes?
No, it's because what happens is they have these special dividends, and where shit that they do with this particular direction is who runs this thing, and they do this weird shit all the time.
Yeah, I never been a fan of those joints, man.
No, I hear you, but yeah, dude, I like this one here, like this, and I go, like I like it this much, right? I like it that much. So,
but let me ask you this: if you don't think Tesla is going to be down, right? Before you do that, if you don't think Tesla,
I'm not comfortable being wrong, because then now this, it's like I want it. Whenever I do a backstop trade, guys, I legit have to pick a strike that I want to take ownership, because I'm going to make a lot more money taking ownership and selling covered calls than babysitting this role, because now my ROI just got shot on a pretty big chunk of capital. So I'm not playing that game, because what option I think you're about to suggest is why not do something at 1143 or 1243?
No. I was saying, if you don't think Tesla's going to go down, why don't you just look at Tesla at the price that you don't think is going to go down? You probably get a little bit more.
You make a lot. It's a good question. There's a lot more money over here because it's leveraged, right? So, for instance, here we go here, review send. we're talking about bringing in $24,800 in credits, and the buying power is reduced by only 49 grand. So you see how attractive that is?
Nah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, again, I'm showing you a different risk tolerance right now, right? Whereas if we go with Tesla,
okay.
Like, how do I clear this order real quick? Just to make
to your right there on the left hand side, right there.
So now we go Tesla, and we go TSLA, and then I go to that same cycle, way the hell over here, and then I go, 200 is where I thought it would be, or where I don't think it would be, shall I say. Danny, you already, it's like, shit, man. You see how much buying power that is already? And then I'd go, it would be probably.
But you can get lower than that, though. Let's see how.
No, but I'm just saying 5 contracts, just to compare apples to apples, though. 5 contracts, so that's the same $100,000. Not even, because over there it was $70,000. So it would be 4 contracts. That would be the equivalent of 4 contracts. So you see how that only brings in 10,000.
But that's what I'm saying. You're only spending 18,000. You can probably
over there I was spending
push that up.
10 contracts, maybe.
Yeah.
How do I change this?
You're gonna have to just edit. I mean, clear order edit, and then add 10.
So you could probably do 10 contracts and see what that looks like. That's very similar, actually. Yeah, because the other one, option. Because the other one was 48,000.
And look at your bid-ask spread on that. Look how tight that is.
And this is actually a better trade, because now you're talking about the actual shares, and you don't deal with NAV erosion or anything of the sort.
And you don't even got to get it right there. I will move down shit with the how the volatility is at 99.
It's Tesla, bro.
It's already down. You can get so much like bro. You don't even have to be at the 200. You can get a little bit less and still, you know what I mean? You could go like the 150.
Yeah.
And just,
I mean, this is definitely something that I'm considering, but I got to listen to this guy, Wicked Stocks, dude. He does the technicals on this every day.
Okay.
And I'm going to wait to see what he says about it for Monday.
Okay.
Because I would like to do it like the Tesla, like let's say it goes down to like 230 or whatever. That's when you can make hay. And then now I'd be at like that 180 range, and it's like begging the market to give you those shares down the road. But that'd be a hell of a trade. But what does that do to the buying power over here? Because options buying power, it says that there's a 344. So it really wouldn't like impede me too much. And then I'd bring in that massive amount of credit.
And like I said,
for the portfolio, it's not even it doesn't like hamstring you, because the thing with doing backstop trades is like you have all that fucking money that's tied up over there.
But then, like I said, you don't have to do the 200, bro. You could be at like look at like where you can get like $10 a contract, $15 a contract at like probably 170, less than that, and just sit on it, man.
Man, you're just not a fanboy of Tesla like I am.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't need to get in it. Pull down.
Compromise at 190 option. How about a compromise at 190?
Open up the rest of your strikes, though. Just open up the rest of them. The premium is there. Look at the. Come down. Keep coming. All right.
175.
I'll be at the 150, bro.
You're crazy.
That's $10.
You will not even go to the dance. You don't want to dance with nobody.
Look, but hold on. Now click on that. See how much buying power that's going to take up.
Dude, if I was doing this one legit, bro, like it'd probably be more like 25 contracts. Easy.
Okay. Let's see.
What does that look like? Damn, option. That ain't bad.
Man, at 150,
I don't know. Wake me up in 6 months.
Look, I don't know, but
my God,
man, and it has 100 IV ring, 100, and all you need to hang around for a little while.
Forget about all that.
No.
Because
you playing that.
If I gotta buy 2,500 shares of Tesla at 150, where do I sign up today?
Shit. We ain't even thinking about buying. We just thinking about taking at least half of that in 4 months. That's going to contract. You know, I'm thinking about the contraction of the premium prices. You see what I'm saying? Let me show you something else I never showed you. I want you to right click on the bid of the 185. Let me show you this.
Let me clear this order real quick because I want to do this order now. Shit, I didn't realize it was that good.
Right click on the bid of the 150. Take any one of them, any one you get. Right click and hit view option chart. Now, this is how I do it. I look at, this is the premium of how the options prices are increasing. The prices, see, because it says it's at 1085. Yeah. So what do you see? You see that it's been inching up, getting higher and higher.
Over here. Yeah.
Yeah, those prices. This is the highest it's been because in that time cycle, at that time, if you look at it, they was going for $4. See, this is why I just played the pricing of the option. So with volatility coming in the market, with the IV rank being expanded so high, man, that's what I'm selling because all I'm playing is for a contraction or a down move in that premium price.
Right.
And there you go, right? There you go. Man, look.
It's interesting. Man. It's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. I like it, man. I got to run, but I'm definitely going to consider putting on a huge backstop trade on what about doing one on SOFI? Is there anything on SOFI?
I didn't you see anything going there? Like how much? It's some high premium in there. Let's see.
So I said it's trade, right? So like, I'm just talking about staying with this theme, right?
Okay. First of all, right click on that. Right click on it and see what the pricing look like. See how the pricing jump? Because see, I know everybody else look at a lot of stuff, man. But you know what really matters is how much that stuff is costing. And as a seller, how much you get.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want to buy at those levels. I want to
selling
at those levels.
Yeah, selling's attractive. Yeah.
So a backstop trade now don't look bad because look at where it's at.
Yeah, so I mean, like $10. I mean, do 100 of those contracts. What does that look like?
Probably like what, close to 11,000 somewhere. Let's see. Getting 164, 16,000 playing 10,000.
Well, look at the buying powers. That's crazy.
And man, like I tell you, man, I would be all over that, bro. But it's I mean, and SOFI moves, but I don't.
But bro, forget that. We're talking about being able to pick this shit up at $10.
Telling you, man.
And it pays you good money, and it doesn't reduce much buying power.
And what have you done? What have you done now with that money? If any one of them you do, the thought process now you paying for the calls that you bought, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a different account, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, different account. But you see what I'm saying? Or if you had something in this account that you bought, there you go. You can now finance another trade with that. I mean, hey. Ain't nothing wrong.
There's nothing to think about right now.
Come on, man.
There's nothing to think about there. I had to
watch the contraction you would get from that.
I had to put that trade on
with a slight.
So I brought in. What is that? 164.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Times
16,400.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, 16,400.
Well, you got to take advantage of these moments, man. Because with the market being the way that it is, this is where you get paid for the risk that you're taking.
Yeah, that's good. That's the best trade I've done in a while. 16,400. Jesus, that's crazy, dude. I've already brought in. Where are we at here? So I go here, stop screen, present, share the screen, boom, boom, Julie Malloy. I've already brought in 39,170.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, this is just premium collected. It's not captured yet, right?
Correct.
But we already know that the SOXL is in trouble a little bit because it's at $23 and it's trading at 20. So there's that. But this SOFI is $11 strike. This is an $8 strike. This is a $7 strike. This is a $4 strike. And then this is the covered call that we just sold against these puts at 16. And then this is that backstop trade that I just did at $10. So I like my chances to collect a lot of that premium or to capture a lot of that premium.
Damn right.
Damn, option. I might be onto something here.
Oh no, you are. Trust me. And let it do something else. We're gonna do something else. Believe me. We're gonna do something else on the other side. Take in some more. And you can end the year, if you think about it mentally, you can end the year with hundreds of thousands of dollars in premium.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters at the end of the year, right?
Facts.
All right,
that was good. I can't believe I brought in $16,000 in premium. Let's just wrap our minds around it a little bit, guys. There's a lot of y'all that are like lost in the sauce. I know that my boy Amit's on, so nobody's watching right now. Some of y'all hopefully will catch the rerun. But we just brought in $16,400 in credits and we tied up $11,000 in buying power. Wrap your mind around that. How's that for a rate of return on your cash on capital return?
And these are the times that you do that when the market is the way that it is, right? You know,
it's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy, dude. Anyway, I got to get rocking and rolling. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Option, my man, thanks so much, brother. I'm getting very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
Dude, once you learn how to use Tasty Trade, it's a lot faster to execute trades over here.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for showing me how to do right click, because it seems like you can't do it without right click. I mean, right click's the whole key to the platform.
Yeah.
The right click is the key to the promised land.
That's the key.
So, I mean, you can't right click Tasty ain't for you.
That's it. You can't right click on Tasty, you did.
Hey, dude, you can't right click, it ain't right for you, man. I'm telling you, that's the only thing that
Yeah.
That's crazy. That SOFI trade is crazy.
Watch.
Dude, because even just with a contraction, I pick up 40-50% in 3-4 months. But I mean,
now the thing is this: when it gets under, when you see the contraction and it start going, like it's at 78 now. When it gets to like 20, you got to take it off.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not even about price movement at that point. It's just the right thing to do.
That's all you playing right now. You playing volatility.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Such a fun game. I got to rock, dude. We got a soft opening at a new barbecue restaurant, different location. So excited. You know, the family businesses are growing. Everything's thriving.
Definitely.
Everybody's healthy. We're just trying to be wealthy and wise. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that, man.
I got to run. TJ, the Real Deal signing off with Option. As always, may your sky stay blue, stock screen. Peace out. God bless you guys.
All right, y'all.
Take care, man.